Hey, what's up everybody, this is Tattoo Bart and welcome to the channel. In today's video we're gonna review this portable stencil printer by CNC. I'm super excited to actually review this stencil printer from this brand because I've been following CNC for such a long time and I was actually hoping to get some of their products to review because I've been looking at their products for so long and today's finally the time. So we're gonna do this T106Z stencil printer. It's a Bluetooth stencil printer. You can connect it with your iPad, with your computer and all that. As you may know, I only work from my iPad, so I'm only going to show how to set up and how to print from your iPad. And I'm also going to try to do a couple of different sort of stencils. I personally only use line drawings as a stencil, but I want to show you what this machine can actually do. Now obviously I'm not the best in making stencils out of a picture, so if you have any advice or any recommendations on how to make a better stencil from a picture, make sure you type them in the comments so I can use that in future videos as well. Now you might hear a couple of noises in the background. That's because people are still moving into their new apartment just like I did a couple of weeks ago. So I hope the sounds in the background are not too annoying or too disturbing. So I think we've said enough. We're just gonna dive down, unbox this machine and see what it can actually do. So right here we got the box and you can see on the sides tattoo printing, graphic printing, document printing, which I don't know why you want to do that, examination paper, mobile office. Alright, let's open it up. Inside we got a user manual, which we might need. We got this printing style, so we got default mode, which is gonna be line drawings and things like that, and we got realism, where we can actually print some images. So I'm very curious to see how that actually plays out. Here's some instructions of how to work with the stencil paper, so we're gonna need that. I'm gonna put that aside. Then we have got some terminal self-tests. Okay, cool. Then we have some cloth, which I don't know where this is for. We got some nice stencil paper, which we're going to be using in this video as well. Obviously, we have the printer nicely wrapped in this case right here. Now there is a couple of QR codes that you can scan to actually get the software on your iPad or on your phone. And we got this little box here, which contains your charging cable and a charging plug. I always like it when they add in a plug because I mean I have so many of these wires, but then I'm always on a short of actual wall plugs. This is an EU version because I am in the EU, which is very helpful. So let's put this all aside. So the printer itself is pretty straightforward. It has a power on button and a feed button just here in the bottom. So if you want to feed your paper through a little bit more, you can open up this little thingy here, and that's where you slide your paper in from the top, obviously. Now we do have this little kind tips paper that says tear off the yellow paper and remove the isolation paper. Place the tattoo transfer paper in the center position for printing. So of course you have to take off the little protection sheet that's always in between, and we tear off the, in this case, brown paper. This is sometimes yellow, but I think this is recycled paper, so it's a little browner. So you have to take that off. When the printing is not clear, please use the matching white wipe paper to roll and clean the print head. Oh, okay, so that's where these cloths are for. If your printer for some reason is not printing the way it should, you can just run off these cloths through and it'll clean the printer head. That's actually very smart thing to do. I was already wondering where that is for. So that is very nice. Now the only thing we don't know is if we need to place it in like so or with the blue paper up, but I think we're gonna find that out very soon. Now let's quickly set up the iPad. We have a scanner here for the app, but I do think it is actually an app that we already have on this iPad, but we're gonna double check it because it is this app. I accidentally did power it on, trying to cover the little sheet, so it's on right now. Then when we go to our iPad, we can add a printer by pressing this little scanner, and then we're gonna scan the barcode on the back.
Bluetooth connected.
And then we are connected. So let's start by printing some things. Let's see, because I do know that this app has a couple of things already included. So we're gonna go to animal. Let's see. Alright, so we got something with nice thick line weight and some thin lines, mostly Japanese designs. We're gonna take this koi fish slash dragon. Cool. Well, I don't need to explain too much about this app because I've already gone through this app a couple of times. But just a quick thing, you can resize it, you can put some filters on it or change the contrast and things like that. 3D, so 3D was a mode where you can actually put it on a 3D model to show off how the tattoo works. Now you can do this in Procreate, but you can do it in this app as well. Cut equally is where if you have to do a back piece, you can, I'm not gonna do it now, but you can basically divide it in sections and it'll print it in a completely A4 paper. You can crop it and do all that stuff. Now if we're gonna go to print, sure. We can set up a couple of things here. There's default, there's realistic, there's light, normal, and strong. I think we're going to keep it on normal for now and on default, since this is a line drawing. And we're going to do basically what it says. So we're going to remove the yellow page on the back of the paper. And I'm quickly going to double check in the manual if we can find how to insert the paper. Okay, so the blue paper has to be down. So put this thing open and we're going to slide in the paper like so. Make sure it's nice and straight. It always automatically feeds it a little bit. If you want it to feed a little bit more, or if you have a small design that you want to, forgot to take out this little paper. If you have a smaller design and you want to save some paper, you can obviously feed it almost all the way to the bottom, so you save a little bit of your paper. I got the normal setting on default. We're just gonna hit print and see how that turns out. That's working. So this is just the normal setting. I'm not on strong or light because you can change that. Just for a first print, see how it comes out. And we are done. Perfect. Now, what I do see right off the bat, and this is what happens with every single one of these stencil printers, is if you have your picture on your screen facing, for example, in this case it's facing to the right, whenever you're printing it, it does come out facing to the left because it is printing upside down. So if you look at the bottom of your stencil, you might think like, okay, this is done pretty good, but it comes on the skin like that. So you always have to mirror your images. in order to get them right for the arm, because this would be nice to go on a left arm, but if you were planning to do this on a right arm and you think on your screen like, yeah, this should be the right way, and you print it, it's wrong and you have to print it again. So always mirror your images. Also, if you're doing lettering, you have to do them mirrored. Now let's have a quick look at the print quality. There's a nice little thingy where you can tear off your stencil paper. And you can see this actually came out really good. The stencil paper that is provided is fairly light, or the paper is a little bit thick, so it looks a little bit lighter than, for example, your Spirit stencil printer paper. But it did print out everything very, very good. The print quality is absolutely amazing. And the connection through the printer is actually pretty fast too. I remember one of the first stencil printers that I had from a different brand, and it took pretty long for it to actually start printing. With this one it's not the case, it's actually pretty fast, and I actually like the way that it printed. So that's very, very nice. So let's put that aside. Now of course I do want to see how this thing prints whenever it's on realism. So we're gonna see if we can figure out how to do that. Let's look up a picture first. Let's do a good old Johnny Cash. See, we got a cool picture of him. Now we have to go to our own files. So we're gonna use this one. Okay. Cool. And we're just gonna go to print. Okay. We're gonna use realistic. Now you do have a sketch option here. I'm wondering, that kind of turns it into a sketch. You have some different modes where you can see if that works. I don't see a whole lot changing, so we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna print the picture as it is. I'm gonna keep it on normal, and we're gonna hit print again. Alright, and there's our image. It looks a little bit light from the top, but I can imagine you might not want this to be too dark. Wow. Alright, I was not expecting that. You know, I'm always a bit surprised because I never really use this kind of stencils. But whenever I see this, I'm like, oh, it must be easy to do realism. But it really isn't. But, you know, it just gives me that feeling sometimes. It is very nice. It actually makes everything nice and pixeled of where the shading is. I do think it's a little bit dark around the eye because there is a little bit of white just where the eye is, but you know, that's not the worst, necessarily the worst thing. It is still kind of visible. If you look up close, you do see the eye very well. Now, I'm not sure if that will get lost whenever you're placing the stencil, because I'm not really into using these kind of stencils, but I'm definitely eager to try something like this because it looks so much fun to actually tattoo over this and create a realistic piece. What I do think is it might be very hard to see since you have so many of that carbon onto the skin, and you smudge it very easily, so it does take a lot of skill to actually work with a stencil like this. And honestly, I never really used it, but it is fun to see how well it actually prints a stencil like this. So I'm very surprised with how this actually turned out. So that's pretty cool that it has these two modes where you can print your conventional line work stencil and you can work with a photo without editing too much, and it just prints a very good image as it is. The quality of this printer is actually really good. I don't see any like hot spots or anything on the printer. It's very consistent, and then obviously you can use one of these cloths to clean out the printer heads whenever there is something wrong with your printer. But I am super surprised with the printing quality of this printer. So we're just quickly gonna go back up top and we're gonna talk about this printer a little bit more. So this was the review of the CNC portable stencil printer, and I am absolutely surprised about what this machine can do, because this app was very familiar to me. I have used this app for, I think the Dragonhawk printer works on the same app. I think another printer, I'm not sure which one, but I've used a couple of printers within the same app, and I printed some of the same images that I've used before, but I really had a good look at the print, or like the print quality that it puts out, and I was absolutely shocked, especially with the realistic printer or the realistic print, that it actually has so much detail in it. And you know, it makes me feel a little bit old, you know, as bad as it sounds, but I've never used this kind of technique to print out stencils, and I don't really use it to tattoo like this. But whenever I see these kind of stencils, I'm like, wow, this is actually really nice. Because whenever I have to do something, I don't really do portraits, but portrait like, I do have to trace, and I have to put in all these lines for where the shades and shapes are gonna be, and I can get lost very easily within my stencil because I don't do it very often. So I think actually to make a stencil like this could really be beneficial for me as an artist, so you actually see what the shades and what the shapes are, and what is actually dark and what is actually light. Because sometimes when you do that by hand, you circle out something that's going to be light, but then you know, you might circle out something else that has to be dark, and that could, of course you always have to look at your reference, but I think it might be easier to work with a realistic stencil like this than with a drawn out stencil. Only downside part is that you do get a lot of carbon onto the skin, and it might smudge up very easily. I don't know, because I haven't used a stencil like this, but I will probably do it in the future just to see how it actually works. I might have to sacrifice a little bit of skin myself, or find someone that actually wants to sacrifice a little bit of skin for me. Now I do think it is very cool that they also give these cloths for the printer that you can use to actually clean out your printer, because I do feel like if you print a lot of times, some flakes of the carbon paper might get stuck in the machine, and it's good to clean it every now and then. I mean, you don't have to do it after every single stencil, and you might not even have to do it every single week, but if you see that the consistency in your stencil is going down, it is very nice that you can actually use a little cloth like this. Or if you of course run a lot of stencils and you want to keep your machine nice and clean, you could for example do this every single month or whatever, just to make sure that machine is always clean and it puts out amazing stencils. Now as usual, I will put the link to this product in the description down below, so you can have another look at it, or if you want to order it, you can find it right there. Probably as well as a coupon code, which you will be able to find in the comments or in the description down below. If you have any questions about this product, make sure you do write them in the comments. Other than that, I don't have a whole lot more to say other than have a wonderful day, and I will hopefully see you next week in a new video.